The waters of the United States have historically been defined to be the territorial seas that extend 12 miles from the shoreline, the ports and rivers and other navigable waters within the United States. Historically, navigable has meant waters in which a canoe would float. Historically, water on or under private property was the property of the owner. No more. Legislation currently pending in Congress will redefine navigable from the definition of the waters of the United States and expand that definition quite dramatically. Senate Bill 787 says, waters of the United States means all waters subject to the ebb and flow of the tide, the territorial seas, and all interstate and intrastate waters and their tributaries, including lakes, rivers, streams, including intermittent streams, mudflats, sandflats, wetlands, sloughs, prairie potholes, wet meadows, playa lakes, natural ponds, and all impoundments of the foregoing, to the fullest extent that these waters or activities affecting these waters are subject to the legislative power of Congress under the Constitution. This means all water everywhere will belong to the federal government, including the streams on private lands, including the natural and man-made ponds on private lands, including wetlands and wet meadows and sloughs and prairie potholes and playa lakes. It matters not who owns these lands or how much was paid for them. With the passage of this law, it will all belong to the government. But private owners will have to continue to pay taxes on the property, and any activity by the owner that affects this property is subject to the approval of the federal government. It matters not that the Constitution says that private property cannot be taken by the government for public use without just compensation. Congress is poised to effectively take hundreds of millions of acres of private property from owners, claiming ownership of the water, and redefining land to be the waters of the United States. Senator Russ Feingold sponsored Senate Bill 787. Ask your congressman to kill it. Leave non-navigable waters in the hands of the states, and leave the land on which it flows in the hands of the owners.